Welcome to Comics on the Pyre, where everyone can come and indulge in all things comic related, whether it be movies, TV shows, cartoons, video games, or just comics themselves. If you love comic books, then show it by hitting that subscribe button to help this precious media that we all love thrive and flourish. New York State Penitentiary. On this night, the cerulean sky frames the towering edifice of New York's correctional facility. The mood is dismal and the outcome bleak. For the criminal only known by the name of Slade is taking his last walk. In the somber scene, he is flanked by two correctional officers, and in his wake, a man of the cloth. The priest's last rites echo off into the hall, foreboding the deed to come. As the men's shadow glide over the cracked cement wall that house the many more inmates that will soon bear this same fate. When they get to the chamber, Slade sees his accusers and jurors. With avid attention, they have been anticipating his entrance, all gathering around to watch the show. They say it is to be vigilant. It's about justice, to watch it be served up to its bitter end. But Slade knows it's all a lie, a mask, a facade, an excuse to cover up their own morbid fascinations with death. They all have come to see a man die, to justify in their own mind that killing itself is wrong and punishable by death. Woe the irony. But who is Slade kidding? Jack Murdock is not the first man he has killed. Just the only one that the legal system was ever able to pin him on. Truth be told, if they knew the truth, Slade would have fried a long time ago. In the center of the room, Slade slouches despondent, while out of the shadows, large groping hands fasten broad leather straps to his wrists. And another pair moistens him up for this evening's cookout. We wouldn't want the steak to be underdone now, would we? Through the pane glass, spectators watch. But at this point, Slade doesn't care. He has already made his peace with God. He even made his peace with the man who put on the finishing touches of placing him here in this chair. Prosecutor and blind attorney extraordinaire, Matt Murdock, who is, and you guessed it, the son of the man that he is found guilty of murdering. Slade sees it as poetic justice, a way of righting his wrongs. He is so content with his fate, in fact, that a week earlier from this night, Matt came to him while sitting on death row, propositioning a plea deal to him if Slade would just offer up the name of the man who is really behind his father's death. But Slade is no dummy. He knows that there are fates that are worse than death, like what happens to your loved ones when you are gone. The two look at each other for one last time, then it's done. Through the glass, with Matt's heightened senses, he smells the scent of burnt flesh, the smell of scorched hair. Even later on that night, the smell lingers in his nostrils. But the deed is done, the promise kept. The man responsible for his father's death is executed. Murdock thought it would alleviate some of the pain, but it just made the fire burning inside him for justice that much more stoked. Welcome to this video reviewing the 6-issue miniseries of Daredevil Yellow, written by the brilliant Jeph Loeb and beautifully drawn by the talented Tim Sale. This series is an origin story told by Matt Murdock for a love letter written posthumously regarding Karen Page's death. The letter is written in an attempt to help Matt deal with the feelings that he still harbors for the woman that he had once loved and then lost. While in this reflective, melancholy state, Murdock also reminisces over the early years of his life, on his loving relationship with his father, Jonathan, battling Jack Murdock as well. In this story, you see their relationship and the reason why Matt is who he is, and what childhood trauma that affected him so deeply, and why he is the hero that he became. You don't get a reenactment of the accident that caused his blindness and gave him his acute abilities, but what you do get is the origin of his name and the inspiration for the colors of his original yellow and crimson outfit. I did like also the added touch on exactly what the outfit was made from. As a long-time Daredevil reader, I never knew that one important detail. Even though Jack was a tough father, you really see that he loved his son and really didn't want him to wind up like his old man. A man that was dependent on his fists to solve his problems and his physical labor to make a living. He wanted his son to use his brains to get ahead in life. This part of the story between father and son is very touching and done exceptionally well. Sadly, I did not feel the same for the rest of the elements in the story. I felt that the Owl, Electro, and the Fantastic Four were just shooed in to lengthen the series, as they did not advance the story really and were incongruent with the overall arcing theme of the series. You do still get the love triangle between Foggy, Matt, and Karen though, and poor Foggy. He always seems to get the short end of the stick when competing with Matt for a woman's attention. But in the end, it never seems to ruin their business or personal relationship though. Overall, I give the story a ranking of 4.0 out of 5. A great read, but a must-read ranking for any hardcore Daredevil fans out there. Well, that's it for now. Please visit my YouTube channel, Comics on the Pyre, for other videos like this one. Write in the comments below other comic stories you feel deserve the limelight. Tap that bell icon before you go, and oh yes, as always, until next time, keep reading, my friends.